Thank you. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'd like to call this hearing to order and acknowledge that we're in Treaty 1 territory, the home in the traditional lands of the Ojibwe, the Cree, the Dakota peoples, and the national homeland of the River Métis. Our drinking water comes from Shoal Lake 40 First Nation in Treaty 3 territory. My name is Ron Merritt. I'll be your chairperson this morning. Introducing the panel members, present is Mr. Doug Marks, and via Zoom is Robert Walensky. This morning we'll be hearing application of the revision of the assessment roll in accordance with the business tax roll, in accordance with the business assessment rule in accordance with the City of Winnipeg chapter. The matters for which revision is requested have been described in each application, and we'll limit discussions to those matters. The statements that are made at this hearing are sworn testimony, and anybody speaking in these matters must be sworn in. Please be advised that comparisons of the assessments of properties are not considered evidence of market value by the Board of Revision. The board is appointed annually by City Council and is independent of it, along with the city administration. We make our decisions based on the evidence provided at this hearing and issue a written order that will be mailed to all parties as soon as possible. Excuse me. Please note that the board's decision in respect to application may be appealed to the matters of the municipal board if the matter pertains to assessed value or classification, or the Court of King's Bench if the matter pertains to application from exemptions from taxation. Should you wish to appeal, information on how to do so will be included in the board's order. In respect to the hearing this morning, I will confirm the points of appeal with your property to be addressed with each applicant. Following the swearing in, we will then have the assessor's testimony, followed by questions that the applicant may have, and then it'll be the applicant's testimony, followed by questions. Each party will have the opportunity to summarize if they wish. Once all once all evidence about the application has been brought forward, the applicant may leave. The process will repeat for each item on the docket this morning. The session will close after all applications have been heard, and the board will deliberate in private and make its decisions. You will receive the board's decision by registered mail as soon as possible. As information, all public hearings are live stream recorded and will be part of the record. This morning we'll be hearing items 1 to 11 on our docket. So I ask Mr. Kumar to affirm the assessors and to swear in the applicant's testimony. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Mr. Assessor, please state your full name.
Jamie Fougere.
Thank you. Do you affirm that the evidence you are about to give at this hearing is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Thank you. Mr. Applicant, please stand up. Please state your full name.
Landis Henry.
Thank you. Do you affirm that the evidence you are about to give at this hearing is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Thank you. Please sit.
Thank you.
Good morning, Mr. Henry.
Hello, good morning.
Have you been here before?
No, I have not.
All right. So I've read what the procedure is, so we will have the assessor go through the business tax appeal on your property, and you may ask questions, and then it'll be panel members after that, and then it'll be your presentation as to what you think the business assessment should be. So we'll first hear from the assessor. The property address is 709 Corden Avenue, and it's unit number 4. Jamie, whenever you're ready, you can take us through this property.
Sure. So it's unit 4, 709 Corden Avenue. The business assessment ID is 52928, and the business name is Saparavi. I'm not sure if I'm saying that correctly. I believe it's a restaurant, sort of lounge. And the file number for the application is 22-4222. And so, as mentioned, this is on Corden, and we have our comparables in the table below here. I do want to point out that the third on the list here, I just have a correction to the rental rate. I do verify all the reported rents that are generated when I select them in a brief. Unfortunately, when I was verifying them this morning, I realized there was an error. It was a semi-gross lease and not a net lease. So I've netted out the rental amount, and it's $21.60, and that's the third from the top, 842 Corden Avenue. It's a pizzeria, and that's $21.60, and that's on 2,500 square feet. And so you can see the majority of my comparables are on Corden, somewhat nearby. We have a couple on Academy. $17 would be the low end of the range. And you can see, 26, 27, that would be the high end of the range. With, I think, the majority, just in general, on Corden falling sort of in the $20 range. I recognize, though, that there is a range, and for example, if $18 were to be utilized on their reported area, which is actually 2,500 square feet and not 2,400, so they report in their mailer that the area that they occupy is 2,500. We have it as 2,400. So again, if you were to use $18 on 2,500 square feet, you'd be looking at $51,240 for an ARV, and I think that would still be reasonable. And just to be clear, this is owner occupied, this unit. My understanding is that the parties that own the building also own this business. However, they have a different Manitoba Limited incorporated number. But that's my presentation. Thank you.
All right, I thank you. Mr. Henry, questions of the assessor's presentation?
Yes, I have a couple of questions. I would like to know how he arrived at the rates per square foot. Is this based, well, maybe you can tell me how you arrived at the number, please.
Sure. So we undertake mass assessment, and so we utilize statistical measures. We send out questionnaires to all the commercial property owners in the city, and we canvass them for information regarding their expenses for running their buildings, as well as for rental information for their tenants. And then we look at them grouped by type. So for example, restaurants, we would compare to restaurants, and we also look at them in terms of the area of the city that they occupy. So for example, the information that would be going into a restaurant, to generate a restaurant rental rate would have a different result if you're in one area of the city versus another, for example. And it also is done according to size of the units as well. So this is done statistically, and then it's reviewed by an assessor as well. As I say, I think there is a range, and I think a case could be made to go as low as 17. I think maybe 18 would be a little bit more reasonable. But really somewhere in the $20 range would still be reasonable in my opinion. Does that help?
Not really. Sorry, Mr. Chairman, can I speak?
Oh, certainly, but you know what? The procedure is to just ask questions right now in regards to what you've heard from the assessment department. So you're don't get into your evidence, okay? So just for the time being, the questions are to the assessor in regards to what you just heard.
Okay, then I will hold my.
All right, Mr. Henry.
Thank you.
Mr. Marks, questions of the assessor?
Yes, just one. So your recommendation is at $18 a square foot, and that's regarding 2,500 square feet of area.
Right.
And then the occupancy costs on top of that is $6,000.
6,250.
Okay, thank you. No further
Just a small difference there because I've increased the area to 2,500 to match their reported area.
Okay, and you had previously had it at 2,400.
Right.
Okay, thank you. No further questions.
All right, thank you. Mr. Berlinski?
I have no questions, thank you.
So, Mr. Assessor, your final total is at 51,240?
Exactly.
Okay, and that includes the occupancy cost?
Correct.
All right. And why did the department have 2,400 square feet and now they're at 25?
I don't have that answer. Could be a previous measurement that was done with a different method. Could be a previous tenant that we hadn't picked up on the information or the discrepancy.
All right.
It seems to be at odds with what is reported over the last several years, at least. And that's as far back as I've gone.
All right, I thank you. Mr.
Thank you.
Henry, it's your opportunity to present your evidence and what you think the business assessment should be. So the floor is yours, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Excuse me. I purchased this building in 2013 when I came back from a posting abroad. Shortly after purchasing the building, I encountered a catastrophic loss on the building. And despite that, and I'm just giving this as part of the history, I continued to pay the taxes that were levied, even though the building was in total disrepair for several years. I did not know at the time that I could appeal. It was only later that I was told you should have appealed. Be that as it may, I'm here today because I don't understand certain elements of the assessment. In the time I've been at the building, no assessor has ever been there to measure anything or to see anything or to determine what a rental value could be. Nobody has ever contacted me. I'm the owner of the building and with my family, and we also operate a restaurant. These are two separate incorporations, the building and the restaurant. With the event over the past several years with the pandemic, we've had to reduce space of the restaurant because it was became a losing event. You cannot open. We couldn't operate. So we took some of the space that was formerly a restaurant and started using it in the interest of the building. Storage, place for meetings, place for contractors when they come, they can sit in what used to be part of the restaurant. I should explain that the restaurant is in essentially two halves. There is a sit-down restaurant and there is a lounge type area. The lounge area we have since been operating as a restaurant part of the time, and we then use it as a meeting area the rest of the time. For example, at my house, if I use part of the space for an office, then I'm allowed to say that portion of my house is an office, I'm assuming. Similarly, what I'd like to say today is the area of the restaurant is not 24 or 2,500, it is less. I think it's more in the area of 2,000. I agree with the assessor that the rental value is important and the size of the area is important. But the case I'd like to make is that an area that used to be X with a pandemic and the fact that now businesses have to try and readjust their operations to try and remain profitable, to try and have responsibility to the staff that they employ, they have to start looking at more efficient use of the space. And Mr. Chairman, I don't wish to go on for too long a period here, but I'm saying I believe a more accurate area of the space is 2,000 and certainly not 2,500. Similarly, I do not believe that the cost per square feet is can be applied as in a normal year because businesses are now recovering from a pandemic. There is less money available. The building has, we recently had a smash, a building was recently burgled. I am, as a result of that, I now have a number of vacant units in the building because it is not as attractive as it was before. I now have to renovate the entrance of the building, which affects the restaurant. I have to look at this not only as the restaurant owner, but as the building owner in a larger context. I have to make the place attractive to the tenants, to bring customers in, to bring more tenants in, and I have a number of empty units as a result of the burglary. So in summary, I am here today because I wanted to understand how the assessment was carried out. I fully respect and appreciate the assessor. I have never been here before because I don't, I've always, like I said, some years ago, I felt it was, I did not know I could speak to this board. So I just, I'm not happy with the assessment, Mr. Chairman. Thank
So,
you.
Mr. Henry, what do you think the business tax should be for your property then? Do you have a number for us?
Sorry, Mr. Chairman, I didn't wish to interrupt you. Sorry.
That's okay. No.
I believe that at this time, when businesses are trying to recover from the pandemic, we see everything increasing, inflation, everything. I know it's a different topic, but I think we should try and maintain what the rates were at the start of the pandemic for another 2 years, and then look at the recovery process, and then as part of the community, ask businesses to continue to build a community. For example, every time I invest $1 on that building, and I've invested probably close to $1 million on that building since I purchased it, it improves the area, it improves the value of the street. So we're part of a team. We're not working against each other. I would like to see Corridor thrive. I'd like to see a place that people come to enjoy. I was on the biz, Corridor Biz. I understand the role of government. I used to be Canada's representative in Ukraine for 8 years on nuclear and biological disarmament. When I came back, I went on Corridor Biz. I'm part of the community. I'm not here to try and say we should that businesses should be separate from government. I think we're all trying to do the same thing, have a thriving community. So, Mr. Chairman, to answer your question, I believe we should maintain pre-COVID level.
All right, I thank you, Mr. Henry. Just a couple things, Mr. Henry. If you think the square footage is wrong, you're probably best to get a hold of the assessment department and have them come down and accurately conclude to a square foot that is leasable or that you're using. So, and by the way, did you appeal your realty taxes or not? No.
I have no idea I could appeal that, because
Okay.
I am, Mr. Chairman, I am not, I'm a new so-called businessman. I'm a scientist. I used to work at National Research Council, and then I went to work for Foreign Affairs. After working Foreign Affairs for 8 years and coming back to Canada in 2013 or the end of 2012, I bought this building. The purpose of buying it was to try and have my son get into business. I'm an old man, and it's not my role to, I don't want to reinvent a wheel, but I have not appealed the property taxes, even though I think it's extremely high. I have not appealed business taxes before because I didn't know I could. Maybe I am naive, and I accept that. But in terms of the area that the assessor reported, the question comes down to, is that whole area being used as the restaurant? That's the question. So we're not talking the physical geometry, 10 feet by 12 feet. I'm saying if it's 10 by 12 and now 10 by 9 is being used at the restaurant exclusively, then that's a different number.
All right, Mr. Henry. I'll see, Mr. Assessor, do you have any questions of Mr. Henry?
So I just wanted to confirm that the space that you've reported to the department of 2,500 square feet, that is in fact what you've reported to us for the restaurant?
I cannot remember what was last reported, but that was based on the space that was initially defined as the restaurant. The question, however, with all due respect, is that area now still being used exclusively for the restaurant? Sir, that's my question. That's my answer.
Okay. And
sorry,
go
but
ahead.
whether it was 2,500 that could have been the this floor, this floor, this floor, there is the area that was reported. Does that make sense?
And you have care and control of that space though, right? You're not leasing any part of that 2,500 or 2,400 out to another tenant, is that correct?
Correct. As mentioned, I am the owner of the building as well as the owner of the restaurant. So I have to try and make the building as attractive for everybody else by trying to use other space more economical in the interest of the building. For example, if I need to store snow removal equipment or pressure washing equipment, where should I put it?
Okay.
So in some of that space as part of that.
Okay. And then the last thing I'll say, just sort of not really a question, but just to echo what the chairperson has said, we are available. I can speak to you directly after this, or follow up maybe tomorrow, and we can discuss getting together if you'd like me to come and see the space and take a look at some of your concerns in terms of the area that you're occupying. I just wanted to put that out there.
Mr. Chairman, can I make another comment? Yeah.
Absolutely, sure.
Thank you. As Mr. Assessor, I fully understand that you have a difficult job, and nobody likes to relish the thought of an increase when they cannot see the rationale fully behind it. I hear you, I understand you. I'm happy to meet with you. I feel that as I said, sometimes a business might be run down, it might be in need of repair, and simply having assessment made on some statistics looking at some other costs can sometimes give a reflection on the market value or the real value. Sometimes it cannot. It doesn't tell you what the owner is going through to paint it, to keep it attractive, to make it as a space warm that people want to come into. One cannot see these things by statistics. One couldn't see several years ago that my building was gutted on 2 floors owing to a tenant causing a flooding, which wiped out 2 of the floors. Despite that, despite having to replace all the drywall, all the electrical, all the flooring, all the walls, all this, my taxes did not go down for 1 minute. My property taxes was not affected, even though for 2 or 3 years, there was no income from those 2 floors. But I still paid the taxes. I still paid business taxes. I paid all the taxes that was levied, and I did not complain because I didn't know I could complain.
And if I may just add to that, I do want to be clear that if your property does suffer some damage, to please contact the assessment department, and we can review what has happened with your property. Just for any property in the city of Winnipeg, if there's any damage that has been incurred, please contact us.
Thank you. Now I understand a bit more than I did in 2013. And as I said, this flooding occurred 2 months after I returned to Canada and 2 months after I owned the building. And I had no idea I could have done this at that time. But as I said, building taxes and all the other taxes have been paid without complaining all the time, any of the time. But I was like,
All right, Mr. Henry, can either party get in communication to, correct some of these problems here? So, Mr. Henry or Mr. Jamie?
For our part, we for sure would be willing to meet with Mr. Henry.
Okay.
I do want to be clear on some parameters that the assessment department follows with regards to areas. We do typically go by BOMA standards, which is a particular way of measuring commercial spaces. And in that, we would be looking at what is in care and control of the business that occupies the space. We view this as an occupancy tax. So a business could be utilizing all the space or less than the full amount of space, but we would assess them for the full amount of space. Typically, we would expect, say, a business like a restaurant or a retail operation to have a small area for sometimes change rooms or a lunch room or an office space or a reasonably sized storage area for cleaning supplies and things like that. We don't normally remove those from the assessment. If there is ongoing damage in the building, I think we would want to record that and take that into consideration. I can't, for example, and I don't want to give a false impression that we would be able to come in and change everything around. So we would have to review sort of what the situation is there currently, because we're looking at ultimately January 1st as of 2023. So if for example, if there has been previous damage that was done, but it's been remedied, we more than likely would not have an opportunity to reduce or make an account for previous damages that had happened. But in terms of, do we have the area correct? If we are too large, for example, we would reduce it to what we see on site.
All right. Mr. Henry? Yeah, Mr. Henry? Mr. Henry? Let's, do you have Jamie's last name or how to contact? His last name is spelled Fougere. Bourgere.
Yeah, and
Jamie, and you can phone, I'll put the onus on you, Mr. Henry, to get a hold of them and invite them to your property and see what can happen.
thank you very much, Mr. Chairman.
All right. Okay, hang on for 1 second. Hang on for 1 second. Mr. Marks, any questions of Mr. Henry?
Not at this time, thank you.
Okay.
Well, actually, there is one. What would you determine a good cost per square foot would be for your business right now?
I think $18 would be a reasonable cost.
Good, thank you. No further questions.
All right. Mr. Belenky?
No
Question?
question, no questions, thank you.
All right. Does either party want summation at all? Mr. Henry, you know, final word to hear?
Yes, I'd like to know how I can contact Mr. Fougere, please.
Yes.
What's his contact? Information?
Yeah. So I have your information. I will contact you immediately after this this hearing. First, I'll email you, and then if I don't hear back from you, I also have your phone number. And maybe this afternoon I'll give you some time to, you know, get home and whatnot. And if for whatever reason, if I can't read the phone number on the application or whatnot, please contact 311 and ask to speak with the assessment department. And somebody from the retail section will contact you within at least within a couple of days. And you can ask for my name specifically as well, if you've had a chance to write that down.
Thank you.
But I will contact you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right. I think that about covers everything there, Mr. Assessor. Mr. Henry, thank you for your attendance this morning and results very soon. And hopefully the assessment department will contact you shortly.
Very much, sir.
So thank you, Mr. Henry. You can put your coat back on and have a pleasant day.
Thank you, and the same to you and to everyone else that's here today.
All right. I thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Mr. Reimer, you are representing the other properties on our docket. And as soon as Mr. Henry leaves, you may present your stuff and get you affirmed here.
Yep.
All right. Mr. Secretary, whenever you're ready, you can swear in Mr.
Yes,
Reimer.
thank you. Okay, I can see Mr. Reimer, please state your full name.
There we go, Reimer.
Thank you. Do you affirm that the evidence you are about to give at this hearing is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? I do. Thank you. Ms. Ho, please state your full name.
Victoria Ho.
Thank you. Do you affirm that the evidence you are about to give at this hearing is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, I do.
Thank you.
Have we finished with Mr. Fauger? And
Yes,
Ms.
Mr.
Ho
Chair.
is on? All right. So we'll go to the first property that we have on our docket for the applicant, which is Unit 101, 311 Hargrave Street.
Okay,
Whenever you're ready, Ms. Ho.
I am waiting for my stuff to load. Okay.
That's
So
fine.
file number 22-4254. Real year under dispute is 2023. Address is Unit 101-311 Hargrave Street. Business assessment ID is 54107. Business name is Glass House Sales Center. The total annual rental value under dispute is $51,240. As you can see here, we have the total premise area is 2,146 square feet. a base ARV per square feet at $21.39. We have the overall occupancy cost for the calculation for the final total of 51,240. I have some comparable rent comparables of properties in the area, businesses in the area that are under the are smaller, a little bit smaller than the subject business, but in close proximity to the subject business area. Leases range from as early as 2017 all the way as late as August 2020. And reported rents range from $19 to $21 per square foot. That is my presentation for today.
I thank you. Mr. Reimer, questions?
Mr. Chairman, I have no questions and just a very brief explanation in due course. Thank you.
All right. Mr. Marks, questions of the assessor?
None for me, thank you.
I thank you. Robert?
Just a question in so much as in reviewing the applicant information and the assessor, I noticed that there was a pending further review to correct leasable area. Is that going to be addressed within this or to make any kind of decision later?
They'll be reviewed later. At this point, I cannot, I have to review further with the subject of about the subject property and take a look at the blueprint, because all these areas were already entered. This is a new construction, so it's normally it's not common for it to be incorrect, but I'll do a further review.
Okay, well, thank you, and I'm sure Mr. Reimer will have some follow-up on this as well. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Reimer, the floor is yours, sir.
Thanks, Mr. Chairman. And the question just posed was exactly the issue that one of the issues we've identified. So the realty assessment for this unit was appealed to this board. And during the review of concerning that appeal, there were some discrepancies that we were advised of by the owner, and those measurements and those things need to happen both for the sake of the realty assessment for the unit and also for the business assessment. So at this time, what we're suggesting to the board is that we confirm the present annual rental value, but just as has been discussed, with the intent that we will be attending the premises for the purpose of both realty and business, doing some measurements and verifying some areas, and then having the fulsome discussion concerning the market rental rates based on whatever findings we make on the area. So all of that is to happen in connection with the further appeal of the realty assessment, and with the expectation that that would also flow through the discussion on the business assessment. Thank you.
I thank you. So Mr. Reimer, you're seeking confirmation then?
At this time, and then with the expectation that the matters will be resolved in due course through the further appeals.
All right. Ms. Ho, any questions?
Nope.
I thank you. Mr. Marks?
None for me, thank you.
Ms. Berlinski?
No questions, thank you.
Okay, we'll go to the next property that we have, which is 600-50 Sage Creek Boulevard. This is the Sobeys. So Ms. Ho, whenever you're ready.
Uno momento, please. So file number 22-4630, roll years 2023, address is unit 600-50 Sage Creek Boulevard. Business assessment ID is 43680. Business name is Sobeys at Sage Creek. The total annual rental value that's under dispute is $883,200. We have a recommendation to adjust the base rent for the premise ID 34440 to $17.12 per square foot, and premise ID 34441 to $7.14 per square feet, to revise the annual rental value to $775,680. And that'll be my presentation for this business.
Just so we have the figure right, 775,680.
680, yeah.
Okay. Mr. Reimer, are you in agreement?
Mr. Chairman, I can advise that most of the premises on the docket this morning were the subject of realty assessment reviews, and the figures that I was coming in at are sometimes actually higher and sometimes lower. I can confirm with the board, we're simply going to be accepting the assessor's recommendations for the balance of the docket, whether our numbers were higher or lower. So we do accept the 775, 680. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Reimer. Mr. Marks, any questions in regards to the recommendation?
And none for me, thank you.
Okay, Ms. Berlinski,
No questions, thank you.
all right. Okay, we'll go to 117-55 Sage Creek Boulevard. Ms. Ho, the floor is yours.
All right, file number 22-4244, roll years 2023, address is unit 117-55 Sage Creek Boulevard. Business assessment ID is 56162. Business name is Bell MTS. Total annual rental value under dispute is $51,780. There is a recommendation to adjust the base rent to $28.20 per square foot, revising the total annual rental value to $45,060.
I thank you. Mr. Reimer?
We're in agreement. We're in agreement.
Okay. Panel members, any questions?
No questions on my part, thank you.
And none for me as well, Mr. Chair.
All right. We'll go to number 65 Vermilion Road, McDonald's Restaurant. Ms. Ho, whenever you're ready.
All right, file number 22-4134, roll years 2023. The business address is 65 Vermilion Road. Business assessment ID is 3527. The business name is McDonald's. Total annual rental value is under dispute is $229,320. There is a recommendation to adjust the base rent to $27.78 per square foot, to revise the total annual rental value to $199,200.
I thank you, Ms. Ho. Mr. Reimer, in agreement with the recommendation?
We're in agreement.
Okay. Mr. Marks, any questions?
No questions from me, thank you, Mr. Chair.
I thank you. Ms. Berlinski?
No questions, thank you.
Okay. We'll go to number 180-115 Vermilion Road. This is the Shapes. So Ms. Ho, whenever you're ready.
Okay, so this one's file number 224-4584. Roll year is 2023. Address is unit 180-115 Vermilion Road. Business assessment ID is 43609. Business name is Shapes Women's Fitness Center. Total annual rental value under dispute is $169,920. We have a recommendation to adjust the assessment to 166. Sorry, let me repeat that again. Adjust the rental value to an annual rental value to $166,320 by adjusting the base rental value to $19.50.
Mr. Reimer, are you in agreement of the recommendation?
We are in agreement.
All right, Mr. Marks, questions?
None for me, thank you.
Robert?
No questions for me, thank you.
Okay. We'll go on to 30 Lakewood Boulevard. This is the Bank of Montreal. Ms. Ho, whenever you're ready.
File number 22-4210, roll years 2023. Address is 30 Lakewood Boulevard. Business assessment ID is 27777. 37, sorry, let me repeat that again, 2777. Business name is Bank of Montreal. The total annual rental value under dispute is $281,640. There is a recommendation to adjust the base rent to $37.04 per square foot to revise it to an annual rental value to $243,960.
Would you repeat that, please?
$243,960.
Thank you. Mr. Reimer, are you in agreement?
We're in agreement.
Doug, you okay?
I'm fine with that, thank you very much.
Thank you. Robert, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Okay. We'll go on to the next one, which is B-35 Lakewood Boulevard. This is CIBC Bank. Ms. Ho, whenever you're ready.
All right. File number 22-4216, roll years 2023. Address is Unit 8-35 Lakewood Boulevard. Business assessment ID is 2787. Owners, business name is Canadian Imperial Bank of Commerce. Value under dispute is the total annual rental value of $175,800. We have a recommendation to adjust the base rent to $35.94 per square feet to rise the total annual rental value to $152,280.
I thank you. Mr. Reimer, are you in agreement?
We're in agreement.
Doug?
Nothing for me at this time, thank you.
Thank you. Robert?
No questions, thank you.
Okay, we'll go on to number 50 Lakewood Boulevard. This is Ladco Limited. Ms. Ho, whenever you're ready.
File number 22-4289, roll years 2023. Address is Unit 120-50 Lakewood Boulevard. Business assessment ID is 50274. This is for Latco Company Limited. Value under dispute is the total annual rental value of $91,560. There's a recommendation to change the base rents for premise ID 3548 to $19.63 per square feet. Premise ID 25287 to $19.72 per square feet. Premise ID 34624 to $7.18 per square feet to revise the total annual rental value to $83,100.
I thank you. Mr. Reimer,
We're in agreement.
panel members, any questions?
No question
thank
for
you.
me, thank you.
Thank you. Next one we're going to do is 1510 St. Mary's Road. Ms. Ho, whenever you're ready.
File number 22-4214, roll years 2023. Address Unit A-1510 St. Mary's Road. Business assessment ID is 50666. Owner and business name is Bank of Montreal. Total value under dispute is $133,500. As you can see here, we have the subject lease information at $32 a square foot. And I have some rent comparables, businesses all around the city of Winnipeg, similar business types, which are banks, all ranging from $31.50 to $45 a square foot. Leases start as early as 2017 and as late as July 2020. That's my presentation for today.
No recommendation?
Not for this one.
Okay. Mr. Reimer, questions?
No questions, Mr. Chairman, and based on my further review subsequent to filing the evidence, we'll be seeking confirmation at this time. Thank you.
Ms. Ho, any questions?
Nope, no questions.
Okay. Mr. Marks?
None for me, thank you, Mr. Chair.
Okay, I thank you. Mr. Berlinski?
No questions. Thank you.
Thank you. We'll go on to the last one that we have is 1939 Bishop Grand Boulevard. This is the Sobeys. Ms. Ho, whenever you're ready.
Oh, great. File number 22-4588. Roll years 2023. Address is 1939 Bishop Grand Boulevard. Business assessment ID is 50859. Business name is Sobeys at St. Anne's. So we have the total annual rental value under dispute at $859,080. As you can see, for the subject property, we have the workup under 42,274 square feet. We're using $17.13 for the base per square foot $17.13 for the base rent per square foot for the ARV. And we have a record for 2,871 square feet for probably the mezzanine at using a rental rate of $7.68 per square foot. With the occupancy cost developing an annual rental value of $859,080. We have a subject lease information reported at $15.50, but this is a lease dated back in October 2001. I have some subject rent, some rent comparables. Properties are similar, all dated ranging from 2005 to 2019. There are at least 25,000 square feet. The reported rents ranging between $16.75 all the way to $19.25. Thank you.
I thank you. Mr. Reimer, questions?
No questions, Mr. Chairman.
Mr. Marks?
None for me, thank you.
Mr. Berlinski?
No questions. Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Reimer, the floor is yours, sir.
Thanks, Mr. Chairman. So I'd simply advise the board that based on our further review of both the materials filed by the assessor, but other information, quite bluntly, the rental range in the department's brief and our rental range that we've submitted are very consistent as far as sort of the lower and upper ends. So based on that further review and the information that we now have on file, we would simply seek confirmation of the present assessment. Thank you.
I thank you. Ms. Ho, questions?
No questions.
Panel members, any questions?
None for me, thank you very much.
No questions for me. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Reimer, I think that concludes your part here. So thank you for your presentations and results very soon. So thank you and have a pleasant day.
All
Thank
right,
you.
thank you.
Thank you.
Ms. Poe, thank you for everything, and that concludes your part here. So thank you and have a pleasant day. We have heard all the items scheduled, and this hearing is now adjourned.
All right, have a lovely day.
You too.
Well,
Yes, you too.
Doug, we'll just take 5